Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this afternoon, so let's begin. First up, live at 3 o'clock. Governor Sununu, state officials give latest coronavirus response update. News conference comes after health officials detail 53 new cases. The governor and state officials will give an update Wednesday afternoon about the state's continued efforts to slow the spread of COVID-19 in New Hampshire. The news conference can be seen live at 3 p.m. on WMUR TV and streaming above this article at that time. The briefing comes one day after officials detailed 53 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the state's total to 367 cases. In all, 56 patients have recovered, officials said. Coronavirus in New Hampshire, what you need to know. Let's take a look. Again, 367 number of people in New Hampshire who have tested positive for COVID-19. 878,81 number of people worldwide who have tested positive. 3 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 49 number of people hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 4,081 number of people died from COVID-19 in the United States. New cases each day in New Hampshire, as you can see in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalizations, and in the red are the deaths. And if you want to see that information, we will share the link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page after this afternoon broadcast. Hassan says Social Security recipients should not be required to file returns to get stimulus checks. New IRS guidance requiring tax returns for seniors contracted CARES Act language, Senator says. Senator Maggie Hassan is leading a letter with more than 30 other Democrat senators urging the Internal Revenue Service to ensure that senior Social Security recipients do not have to file tax returns before receiving economic impact payments from the recently passed $2 trillion coronavirus response bill. New Hampshire renters, landlords concerned about payments for first of month. Coronavirus outbreak has led to decline in economy. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
It's not just people getting sick that are suffering.
Michael Reed is dreading tomorrow. He owes $1,000 in rent for his Manchester apartment.
I can't pay it. Honestly, I don't have it.
Reed's hours as a construction worker were scaled back due to the COVID-19 outbreak. He now works 1 or 2 days a week.
I'm probably getting $400 or $500 check each week minus taxes. So I'm walking away probably like $300 if that.
And that has left Reed and his wife, new parents to a 3-week-old, left to prioritize their payments.
I have to pay the car, regardless, because that gets me to work. But I have to pay rent. I don't know. I'm honestly, I can't tell you. I don't know. I really don't. I'm still tossing everything up.
Landlords are also worried about what's to come.
Most landlords rely on every bit of rent to cover their mortgage, their taxes, their insurance.
Boucher says if those bills aren't met, landlords may lose their properties and tenants may lose their homes.
It is scary, and I've been doing this for 20 years, so we've seen some downturns in the rental market and when people were struggling, but nothing like we're going to see.
And new tonight, the governor's office tells us it is exploring all options to provide support to landlords during this public health crisis, and it expects further action will be taken down the road while making sure people do not lose their homes or businesses. Live in Manchester tonight, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Elliott Hospital. Medical workers treated to free dinner. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
And pizzas for hard-working medical staff at Elliott Hospital. 900 Degrees sent dinner over to doctors and nurses tonight. The Portland Group, a local plumbing and heating wholesaler, is behind the order and plans to make it a regular thing by ordering food from other local restaurants to deliver to essential workers.
Always fantastic to see that.
Yeah.
Those are the stories we love to see in a time of so much uncertainty. People helping each other.
Yeah, so give us a heads up. Send those ideas in to us.
Let us know, and we may put them on the air.
Yeah.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. Dow falls 800 points to start second quarter as Trump warns a very painful 2 weeks. Stocks sank on Wednesday as Wall Street kicked off the second quarter on a sour note thanks to President concern over the spread of the novel coronavirus. Trump shifts tone with grim coronavirus warnings. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS this morning.
We're going to see more of that shack attack. It just makes you smile. Welcome to CBS This Morning, from our house to yours. Out of an abundance of caution, we're coming to you once again this morning from our respective homes. You've heard us talk about social distancing. Well, we are certainly doing that, as we hope you are too. But the most important thing, as you know, is that we continue bringing you the news, which we will do throughout this crisis. And that, of course, is where we begin. Anthony, on this April Fool's Day, I wish this was one big bad joke, but unfortunately it's not. It's reality, and it's not good.
Yeah, and it's getting more serious, Gail. We start here this morning. The White House is warning Americans about a grim reality still to come. In a blunt press conference, President Trump's coronavirus task force says we should be prepared for another 100,000 to 240,000 Americans to lose their lives before the pandemic is over. That is up 60 times. That is up to 60 times the current death toll. More than 4,000 lives have been lost in the first month of the crisis, the vast majority just in the past week. Around 900 people died yesterday, setting another single-day record. Weijia Zhang is at the White House. Weijia, the president has mostly touted the administration's success in battling with the coronavirus, but yesterday's briefing was markedly different.
Good morning, Anthony. President Trump's previous attempts to downplay this virus continue to haunt him, though he says he was just trying to be positive. Now he is being blunt.
It's a matter of life and death, frankly. It's a matter of life and death.
President Trump warned Americans the worst is yet to come.
This could be a hell of a bad 2 weeks.
The number of cases has not even peaked, and top health officials told people to prepare for the reality that 100 to 240,000 Americans could die, and that's with mitigating efforts.
This is the thing that we need to anticipate, but that doesn't mean that that's what we're going to accept.
Doctors Anthony Fauci and Deborah Birx pleaded with the public to stay at home, avoid travel, and cap gatherings at 10 people.
This is tough. People are suffering. People are dying. It's inconvenient from a societal standpoint, from an economic standpoint to go through this. But this is going to be the answer to our problems.
There's no magic bullet. There's no magic vaccine or therapy. It's just behaviors.
Just last week, President Trump said he hoped Americans would pack into church on Easter. And for weeks, he told them the virus was not as bad as the flu.
The flu in our country kills from 25,000 people to 69,000 people a year. That was shocking to me. And so far, if you look at what we have with the 15 people, and they're recovering, one is pretty sick, but hopefully will recover. But the others are in great shape.
But now, Mr. Trump is sending a very different message.
A lot of people have said, a lot of people have thought about it. Write it out. Don't do anything. Just write it out and think of it as the flu. But it's not the flu. It's vicious.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says governors are still betting against each other for medical supplies like ventilators. 2 weeks ago, President Trump said states should try to get them on their own. But yesterday, he said the government has 10,000 ventilators ready to go, but they are waiting to ship because the surge is coming. And they want to make sure to send the machines to the right places when it does. Gail?
We should thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.